You know that girls like Noura walk an average of 3 miles every day in search of clean water to support their families. Minhaj Welfare Foundation believes you can end the water crisis by building small and large-scale water projects. Your charity is helping improve the lives of communities living in the poorest regions of the world. However, more needs to be done. Support Water for All. Donate today. Call us now 0300 30 30 777 or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
The Colony Restaurant Ilford. Experience fine dining in the perfect setting this Ramadan with our exclusive iftar buffet offer at only £30 per person for adults and £10 for children. From our hot meze selection to our succulent meat dishes, our food is prepared daily using only the finest ingredients. Find us at 492 High Road Ilford, IG1 1UE, or call us on 07534 816 255 to book your table now. You can also follow us on Instagram at Colony Ilford. We have ample space for wudu and salah, so don't miss out on this Ramadan offer. The Colony Restaurant Ilford.
MR Accountants provide a full range of accountancy and taxation services, including annual and management accounts, self-assessment, tax returns, VAT, bookkeeping and payroll services to all different types of businesses. With our in-house chartered accountants, you can be guaranteed to save money. Contact us now on 0203
Through Minhaj Welfare
432
Foundation, your giving
9138.
saves lives. Your support has provided more than 3 million people with access to clean and safe water. Emergency relief in natural disaster and crisis-affected areas around the world. Supported orphans and needy children with a better future. This year, your help can do more. Donate your zakat, sadaqah, and charitable donations to any of your chosen projects. Call us now 0300 30 30 777 or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
Manjaro's Restaurant Ilford, the ultimate dining experience like no other. Ramadan special offer iftar meal for just £10. Try our signature parmesan or our exclusive chicken supreme. Our cuisine is based on a blend of African and Caribbean flavors. Don't worry about missing your salah, as we have a dedicated space available. Manjaro's Restaurant Ilford, 213 Ilford Lane, Ilford. Telephone 0208 514 4455.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 50.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I want to try and recite some Arabic today just because I'm actually sad that it's the last few days of Ramadan. So if I say anything in like a freshy Arabic accent, please excuse me. I'm trying my best, okay? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. The reason I chose to read this is because I really thought the meaning's very beautiful. So I'll just go through the meaning with you guys, unless you find that boring.
No, it's fine.
So it just means, verily all praise is due to Allah. We praise Him, we seek Him, and we ask for His forgiveness. And we seek refuge in Allah from the evil of our own selves and from the evil consequences of our actions. Whomsoever Allah guides, no one can misguide, and whoever Allah leaves to stray, no one can guide. I testify that there is no deity but Allah, who is without partner, and that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the prophet of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the reason I chose this is because obviously we know Ramadan's ending, Shaitan's been locked away for a month. So I just thought maybe it will protect me coming out of Ramadan. Have you seen that clown video? There's like someone, and everyone's put like a meme like when Ramadan ends and the gates and then the clown's coming out dancing. That's what made me actually do this. But anyway, welcome back to our last episode of Cafe Nisa. If you miss our show, you can always catch it back on on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. We're also on Mixler and TuneIn. If you'd like to call in and speak to us, our studio number is 0333 444 0940. That's 0333 444 0940. Now, without any more hesitation, I'm just going to introduce our beautiful, beautiful guests. So, sis, do you want to introduce yourself?
Well, Assalamu alaikum everyone. I'm Myra Ali, and thank you so much for having me on your amazing show. I've been quite excited about this.
Oh,
We're
no,
so
honestly,
honored to have you.
yeah, no, it's our pleasure. Honestly, I'm so happy to have you here. I think you're such an inspiration to so many, especially, hopefully, our younger listeners today.
I think the youth.
Yeah. Nisa, do you want to introduce yourself again?
I'm Nisa, and yeah.
I'm Khadija. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Oh my god. Okay, well, anyways, welcome you guys. So lovely to hear you. So for those of you who don't know, this is Myra Ali. You can check her out on Instagram. Do you want to give your Instagram?
Yeah, it's my Instagram account is Myra Ali Edit.
Yeah, so it's at Myra Ali Edit. Definitely check her out. She's so cool. Do you want to tell us a bit about yourself before we begin?
So I'm 31 years old.
No way. You look 21.
And I was born with a severe skin condition called epidermolysis bullosa. I blog on Instagram about how I cope with my condition, my day-to-day life, and I show a very positive side of a condition that is difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, and guys, there's evidence for that because I follow her.
But so epidermis bullosa, EB for short, right?
Yeah.
So it's basically a skin condition where your skin blisters, doesn't it?
Yeah.
When did you first see the symptoms? Is it something that you're born with, or is it something that you discovered later on in life?
I was born with it, so as soon as I was born, my parents knew there's something wrong because I didn't have skin on my foot.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's a rare condition, but I was lucky that the hospital that I was in, they got a specialist doctor straight away to diagnose it. So
Wow.
it was a massive learning curve for my parents, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Especially being like Pakistani.
Definitely, yeah.
Are your parents born here, or were they born back home?
My mum was born here, my dad
Okay.
was born over there.
Okay,
that's
that's
the
something.
same with
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So also with EB, it's not just your outer skin that blisters, is it?
Yeah.
Is it also like inside as
Yeah.
well?
So my throat is affected.
Mm-hmm.
I recently had an operation on my throat in September where they put a balloon down my throat, and what the balloon does is stretch out the scarring so I could eat properly after that. It was probably one of the best operations I've had.
Okay,
I read your post about that, and that's why it's the first question I couldn't hold back. I had to ask you about it because initially I thought it's just your outer skin that gets
Yeah.
blistered, and I was telling my sister actually that it's also your like inside and your throat. And I remember reading about how happy you were to be able to eat normally now, and I don't know why that just
it teaches us quite a lot.
exactly.
And especially because it's Ramadan and we have to refrain from eating and drinking, it gives you all of that positiveness and
and sabr and patience
Yeah.
and stuff teaches you. But you don't you don't actually confine yourself to just at home, do you? You work as well, don't you?
Yeah, I work in the NHS.
Wow, that's so cool. What is it that you do?
I work as a translator for pregnant women.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh my god! So you get to meet pregnant. What is that like? Like, because I'm sure with hormones and everything.
Yeah, no day is the same for sure. It's interesting. It's nice to be able to help someone, because but I'm because I have a condition, I'm used to being in a hospital environment. For most people, they are not used to a medical environment, so it's quite scary for them. So to be able to put them at ease is quite nice. And most patients trust me quite a lot because they know that with my skin condition, I'm used to, dealing with whether it's doctors and nurses. So yeah, it's quite nice to have that trust with
you have that,
women.
Yeah, no, you have that personality that automatically puts people at ease.
Oh, that's good to hear.
So that's nice, like that you can put, because you're right, it's hospitals, the smell and everything, it must be scary. And not just your personality, but the fact that you're used to that environment and you can help people put them at ease. That's so cool though. Like some of us struggle to go out into the working world and we don't even you've got like a myriad of issues to deal with that we don't have to. Yeah. So that's like incredible, mashallah. You were going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say that, like, having a condition and working, it's really cool because, like, you know how in the Asian, like, community, like, women think they can't work and everything like that.
No, but I think, sitting here listening to that as well, that's really inspirational because you're taking something and you just bring, like, a positive light out of it and you take it very optimistically. Like, you've always been in that atmosphere and still, you want to help other people as well, and just bring happiness to them as well. That's really nice.
You're just you're owning yourself, and like that's such a hard thing to do, because now that I'm older, I feel like I'm learning a bit more, if you gain weight a bit or get a bit pudgy or whatever, or lose way too much weight, whatever. When you're younger, you let it define you way too much, and then as you start to get older, and talking to you too, you just think like it's not even that much of a big deal. Just own it. Okay, fine, I've gained a few kilos. Own yourself. So have you always been like that though, or did you have to learn?
It's definitely, it takes practice. Because a lot of people ask me this question of, you're so confident and how have you accepted such a difficult condition. But when I was younger, it was difficult because in my family I'm the only girl to have this condition. So that in itself, you have to be strong from within to get, to accept that. And but I think there are things that happen in your life that makes you confident. So when I started working with different charities, so whether it was charities that help people with EB or help people who have burns, I saw that with my condition I can help someone. That enhanced my confidence. So I felt as though there's a reason I have this condition, and in a way I should not complain about it. I should be grateful for it.
Wow, so you fully embraced it and used it in such a positive way rather than letting it get you down?
But obviously, like any person, you could be a supermodel, but even she will have her insecurities.
That's sound advice. That is so true. We need to remind ourselves of that all the time. Like you could literally be a supermodel and you'll still have insecurities. Tell me a little bit about Deborah.
So Deborah is a charity that is based in the UK. Well, they are worldwide, but Deborah UK helps people with EB in England. And
you've done a lot of work with them,
yes,
haven't
I have.
you?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I've done talks for them, and I've met some celebrities as well.
Wait, you've
who help people with EB.
You've met people from the royal family, haven't you?
Can you please
tell us how that went down? Like how did that go down? What was that like? Who did you meet?
So I met Zara Phillips, who is Queen Anne's daughter, so the cousin of Prince William and Harry. And she is a supporter of Deborah because her husband is is Mike Tyndall, the rugby player.
Oh, I had no idea.
And what happened was we were at a dinner back in late January, and for Deborah, and while reception was going on, my sister spotted them, and she goes, "I need to meet them." And I'm like, "Where are they?" And it was like our mission during that dinner to get that picture and have a little chat with them.
I would have been so nervous, but straight away you were like, "Where are they?" That's so cool. But yeah, so you met them. So is there any reason behind why they've chosen to support the charity, Deborah? Or
yeah, so Deborah is really lucky that they have some amazing supporters. So one supporter who's actually a friend of mine, he owns one of the hotels in London, and because some of those royals came to his hotel, they built a connection. He introduced them to the charity by saying, "Would you like to support Deborah?" Because it's a charity that helps people with EB, and in the UK there are only 5,000 people with the condition. So when people get introduced to EB, it makes a huge impact on them, because when you say it's a skin condition, it's not necessarily true. It's a skin condition, but it's more than that. It's more like having permanent burns for someone.
Oh wow! But that must be really painful, though, no? So how do you juggle with the pain?
It's really painful because the wounds that I have are like second-degree burns. Except for burn survivor, the burns heal up, or they get skin grafted by the surgeons. With me, it will heal up, but within a few days, the skin will come off again.
And you're constantly on painkillers, aren't you? So, so every single day you have to take painkillers to deal with the pain. So it's actually like, oh my God, how do you deal with that? Because you're still so like happy and so positive and so strong, mashallah. Like looking at you right now, I mean, obviously earlier on I saw you taking your painkillers and you take soluble ones, but no one would ever think. You don't let anyone realize that. That's what I meant. Like you automatically make people feel at ease. So where does that strength come from?
I've got used to obviously dealing with the pain, but also I feel, what is the alternative? Like I could complain, I could tell people, "Oh God, I'm in so much pain right now," but I feel as though that's not very good for myself to do that, because I feel as though I am in pain, but I can I can walk, I can be independent as much as I can. I'm not in a wheelchair, I'm not completely dependent on someone, so it's almost like you have to count your blessings, and I feel the more you count your blessings, the more God will give you.
It's almost like a gift from God.
You see it. So you're such like a glass half full, not glass half empty person. In terms of your operations, you've had quite a few operations, so haven't you? How many operations have you had?
I've definitely had more than about 20, but it's ongoing, so that number will go up.
Oh my God, and you say it whilst you're laughing. Seriously, like, how do you do it? You're such an inspiration, especially to the rest of us, unlike girls especially, because we give in to our insecurities so much. And just have a look at Myra here.
I could honestly say you're just like a man. Like, how men are strong, and like women, if you're in the hospital, they'll just like, start crying and everything.
I don't think men are that.
No, they are. I don't think they are. No, they are.
I know. Okay. I mean, physically, I guess they are. What do you say? Like,
as in not physically,
like genetically, they can. I feel like they can gain muscle and stuff like that as well.
I think women are
but then so can females. They just have to put more work into it. And then also in terms of, I see where you're coming from though. Sometimes they can be a bit strong.
Mentally.
Emotionally, no. Mentally, I would say women are emotionally maybe. No, but it takes a lot to even like cry in front of people. Men should understand that. Actually, they do, because even crying in front of someone and showing that side of your emotion and showing the vulnerable side of you is quite difficult. But no, we'll have that debate another day. Sorry, but you can say something.
Yeah, I think when it comes to emotions and the psychological aspect, I do think women are better at
I think also
coping with a variety.
Yeah. Especially like, I mean, you work in a hospital environment.
Yeah.
And you must see women every single day who still, you know.
Yeah, I think just the basic fact that women, you know, they go through childbirth. They go through a hell of a lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about the types of operations you've had and stuff?
I've had hand surgery. Well, my first one was exactly 10 years ago. My hands are mittened right now.
Oh, wow.
But you can probably see that I can move.
Yeah.
Like, even inside the skin. When I was younger, my hands were completely open. But with scarring, the scarring contracted them.
Oh, so that's because of scarring.
Yeah.
Is that just like, because your skin blisters, is that like layers and layers of...
Scar tissue is quite tough, so it stopped the movement of the fingers.
Wow, and like, I'm not going to ask you if that limits you, because I know it doesn't.
It's limited me in terms of, years ago I was able to write, but I can't now. But well, lucky I'm not in university anymore, so I don't need to use that too much now. But when I was in my university years, I could write. So my essays I used to write by myself. Then my assistant used to type them up for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, mashallah, that's so cool. See, now, you guys who are studying right now have no excuses. And then you've had other operations.
Yeah, I've had eyelid surgery because my eyelids have scarred over the years and they don't close properly. So if I close my eyes, you can probably see, you can still see a bit of the white area. So that can dry out. And that's ongoing. So every few years, the surgeon will take skin off my stomach or my arm and put it in the eyelid to try to close it up a little bit more.
In terms of feeling beautiful, did the operations help? Did they have an effect, or were you quite comfortable with your...
Well, for my hand surgery, there was no cosmetic aspect. It was just reconstructive. But for my eyelid surgery, there was a reconstructive and cosmetic aspect as well. And I've been lucky that, you know, I have an amazing surgeon in one of the Birmingham hospitals, who's also a military surgeon. So when I said to him, I know the operation is reconstructive, but make sure I look good as well. He completely understood, and he did an amazing job. Yeah,
because I mean, like, I feel like so many people take feeling beautiful for granted as well. And there's so many aspects of beauty, and just because you have a skin condition doesn't mean you shouldn't be allowed to feel beautiful as well, no?
Yeah, that's exactly true. My video that's linked on my Instagram, that is my video with a YouTube channel called Barcraft. And in the video, I actually have some cosmetic surgery done because I get that done every year. And what it is it was a non-surgical nose job that I had done. And one of the comments on YouTube was, her nose was the least of her problems. And I didn't obviously respond to it because when you put yourself out there, you know that, you know, there will be trolls. Exactly. So I was prepared for comments like that. But in my head I thought, just because you have a condition doesn't mean as a woman you don't have a right to have any procedure you want. And there's another girl on Instagram who you know, I follow, and she was like this performer and like a fire breather as well. And she unfortunately got into an accident where the venue she was playing at, the AC was too high and the fire came back at her, so it burnt her. And she's also had procedures done for cosmetic purposes, and it's like she's had lip fillers done, And some people said to her, why are you getting that done? To try to almost put her down. And her response was the same, that just because she's burnt doesn't mean she's not got a right to feel beautiful,
yeah, exactly.
which I totally agree with.
In terms of, do you ever get trolled or like on because you're on social media, aren't you? And you're not afraid to speak out, you speak your truth, you're not afraid to talk about EB and stuff like that. So, yeah, do you ever get trolled?
Much less on Instagram. I'm not sure why that is, but it's a good thing, obviously.
Yeah, that's good.
But on YouTube, I've had a little bit of trolling. And some of them I've not responded to, but the odd comment I have. And it's just almost you respond in a polite way.
Yeah.
And the other person then doesn't really know how to respond
to you. Yeah, you were so polite.
Yeah.
Because you're showing your beautiful character as well. But so obviously, if you're on social media, or if you're a social media personality, like you said, it's inevitable that you're going to get trolled.
Yeah.
I think it happens to everybody.
Yeah.
There isn't a person in the world that probably doesn't get trolled. You can't make everybody happy. For yourself, is it more to do with your EB, or is it like sometimes to do with other stuff?
It's a bit of both. It's not been a lot. Like, I've not had lots of comments on my appearance, but I do also think, and my sister was the one who had this observation about me. She goes, if you kind of talk about too much about how you look, or you try to tell a viewer that if you explain a bit too much, or you try to tell a viewer that you are not comfortable in your own skin, some people might use that and to try and troll you. But my sister said to me, you've never ever done that, because that's not how you feel about yourself, so you've never got that kind of trolling. So one troll was on Instagram, and I did this post talking about I think someone asked me about EB and would I change it, and I said, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I would. If I could be completely fine, I would, but in reality I would change certain aspects of it. And I had some guy write a comment saying, God is not fair to you. How can you say you live a good life?
Oh, wow.
And in my head I was like, you want me to say I'm really upset and I hate my life? So I ignored the comment, and someone else responded to it, and they got into an argument.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay, on that note, we're going to go on a very quick break, and we'll be back very soon. Stay tuned.
With access to clean and safe water, emergency relief in natural disaster and crisis-affected areas around the world, supported orphans and needy children with a better future. This year, your help can do more. Donate your zakat, sadaqah, and charitable donations to any of your chosen projects. Call us now, 0300 30 30 777, or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
Manjaro's Restaurant Ilford, the ultimate dining experience like no other. Ramadan special offer iftar meal for just £10. Try our signature parmesan or our exclusive chicken supreme. Our cuisine is based on a blend of African and Caribbean flavors. Don't worry about missing your salah, as we have a dedicated space available. Manjaro's Restaurant Ilford, 213 Ilford Lane, Ilford. Telephone 0208 514 4455.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
Did you know that girls like Noura walk an average of 3 miles every day in search of clean water to support their families? Minhaj Welfare Foundation believes you can end the water crisis by building small and large-scale water projects. Your charity is helping improve the lives of communities living in the poorest regions of the world. However, more needs to be done. Support Water for All. Donate today. Call us now 0300 30 30 777 or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
The Colony Restaurant Ilford. Experience fine dining in the perfect setting this Ramadan with our exclusive iftar buffet offer at only £30 per person for adults and £10 for children. From our hot meze selection to our succulent meat dishes, our food is prepared daily using only the finest ingredients. Find us at 492 High Road Ilford, IG1 1UE, or call us on 07534 816 255 to book your table now. You can also follow us on Instagram at Colony Ilford. We have ample space for wudu and salah, so don't miss out on this Ramadan offer. The Colony Restaurant Ilford.
MR Accountants provide a full range of accountancy and taxation services, including annual and management accounts, self-assessment, tax returns, VAT, bookkeeping and payroll services to all different types of businesses. With our in-house chartered accountants, you can be guaranteed to save money. Contact us now on 0203
Through Minhaj Welfare
432
Foundation, your giving
9138.
saves lives. Your support has provided more than 3 million people with access to clean and safe water. Emergency relief in natural disaster and crisis-affected areas around the world. Supported orphans and needy children with a better future. This year, your help can do more. Donate your zakat, sadaqah, and charitable donations to any of your chosen projects. Call us now 0300 30 30 777 or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
Manjaro's Restaurant Ilford, the ultimate dining experience like no other. Ramadan special offer iftar meal for just £10. Try our signature parmesan or our exclusive chicken supreme. Our cuisine is based on a blend of African and Caribbean flavors. Don't worry about missing your salah, as we have a dedicated space available. Manjaro's Restaurant Ilford, 213 Ilford Lane, Ilford. Telephone 0208 514 4455.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information. Maxwell Estates, the name you can trust.
Did you know that girls like Noura walk an average of 3 miles every day in search of clean water to support their families? Minhaj Welfare Foundation believes you can end the water crisis by building small and large-scale water projects. Your charity is helping improve the lives of communities living in the poorest regions of the world. However, more needs to be done. Support Water for All. Donate today. Call us now 0300 30 30 777 or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
The Colony Restaurant Ilford. Experience fine dining in the perfect setting this Ramadan with our exclusive iftar buffet offer at only £30 per person for adults and £10 for children. From our hot meze selection to our succulent meat dishes, our food is prepared daily using only the finest ingredients. Find us at 492 High Road Ilford, IG1 1UE, or call us on 07534 816 255 to book your table now. You can also follow us on Instagram at Colony Ilford. We have ample space for wudu and salah, so don't miss out on this Ramadan offer. The Colony Restaurant Ilford.
MR Accountants provide a full range of accountancy and taxation services, including annual and management accounts, self-assessment, tax returns, VAT, bookkeeping and payroll services to all different types of businesses. With our in-house chartered accountants, you can be guaranteed to save money. Contact us now on 0203
Through Minhaj Welfare
432
Foundation, your giving
9138.
saves lives. Your support has provided more than 3 million people with access to clean and safe water. Emergency relief in natural disaster and crisis-affected areas around the world. Supported orphans and needy children with a better future. This year, your help can do more. Donate your zakat, sadaqah, and charitable donations to any of your chosen projects. Call us now 0300 30 30 777 or visit us on minhajwelfare.org.
Manjaro's Restaurant Ilford, the ultimate dining experience like no other. Ramadan special offer iftar meal for just £10. Try our signature parmesan or our exclusive chicken supreme. Our cuisine is based on a blend of African and Caribbean flavors. Don't worry about missing your salah, as we have a dedicated space available. Manjaro's Restaurant Ilford, 213 Ilford Lane, Ilford. Telephone 0208 514 4455.
Thinking about selling or letting your home? With Maxwell Estates, you don't need to look any further. Well established with over 15 years of experience, Maxwell Estates are specialists in residential sales and lettings. We manage over 200 properties in and around Northwest London, keeping our landlords and tenants updated with all the latest laws and legislations. Based in Edgware, our experienced specialist negotiators always ensure we maximize the full potential of your property. Call us now on 0208 952 0808 for a free no obligation quotation, or visit our website www.maxwellestates.co.uk for further information.
Stopped.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Welcome back to Cafe Nisa. Just a reminder, we're on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Mixler and TuneIn. Also check out our website, that's revivefm.co.uk, and if you'd like to call in, our studio number is 0333 444 0940. That's 0333 444 0940. Welcome back to Cafe Nisa. We've been joined by another guest. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Shazia and I'm from the Forgotten Women charity.
Forgotten Women. We had, I think, Asma on, who collaborated with you guys at some point, didn't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome Shazia. It's so nice to have you on here on Revive FM.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Forgotten Women first of all? How it was established?
Okay, well, Forgotten Women is a women's charity, and we are UK registered, based in London, and it's a women-to-women charity. So we have a team of women that go abroad and work with only women. We've been around since 2013 in the background, and more predominantly since 2017, and we've been working in countries like Malawi, Bangladesh and Somalia. We've been sending emergency aid to women in Yemen and Syria, the prisoner women in Syria.
Wow. Well, who came up with the idea of creating a charity that's solely for women, by women as well?
Right, so
how did that come about?
My CEO, her name's Sandeep Bahia, she was doing some charity work out in Syria, and she noticed, she saw queues of women queuing up, waiting for emergency aid, and she witnessed first-hand experience where she saw women were being exploited. Now, for basic aid, they were having to exchange and they compromise and sometimes sacrifice their dignity and self-respect by exchanging sex for aid.
Oh no.
So she witnessed this herself firsthand, and she decided that something had to be done, where although we can't stop all the other major charities, and all charities are they're mixed charities, but it's a start. And she decided that she's going to start a charity where it's going to be women working with women, so that there is no risk of any women having to compromise her self-respect and her dignity. And so that's where the idea came.
Wow, mashallah.
So hot.
I know, sorry, it's a bit warm in here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I had to take my coat off as well. But yeah, so how did you get involved with the charity?
So I've been with the charity for about a year, and I've been with various this kind of field, and that's my background in terms of organizing events and stuff like that. And I've been also working with another organization that was for about 10 years, which was again about empowering women. But when I came across this charity, I thought, okay, well, this is not just about empowering women. You're trans totally changing the women's lives. It's you're giving them a new, transforming their life into rebuilding their lives. So women that are broken down, you're rebuilding their lives. And then the women that are because for example, we look at like some of the women that are come, for example, in Syria. A lot of the women, they've not come from poverty. They've not come from poverty. They've come from good families, wealthy families, and then the wars happen, and then they've just been put in this situation, and now they're in dire situation where they need help. So they are women of dignity and respect, and now they're having to, and that's what it always keeps coming back down to us, is they have to compromise for basic necessities, food and water. This is just basic stuff that every human being, not just human, every living being needs.
Yeah.
So why should we have to have sex or go into prostitution or something like that just to receive that help, when there's a world out there on the other side that can help, and they don't have to go through this.
Wow.
And so I feel really passionate about women causes, and I feel really passionate about building women and transforming women and rebuilding them, and that's, so for me that's what I'm passionate about. So when I saw that there was a post out, I was like, okay, I definitely gotta apply for this position.
Wow.
And I need to be in this. So
wow, but you're a mum as well, aren't you?
I am.
So how do you juggle?
It's my whole life is a juggle. I don't know. I think with any woman, you can juggle. Even when you think you can't, you find a way.
Wow,
and so I do have 3 children. One's a teenager and 2
No way. You don't look like you're old enough to be the mom of a teenager. Mashallah, mashallah.
Well, I have got makeup on as well, but but I have 3 kids, and it is a juggle. It is a struggle. But if I don't do this struggle, then there's going to be a different kind of struggle. So it's better to be in a struggle that I'm passionate about than to be in a struggle that I'm not so happy about.
Exactly. Well, how fitting that you're talking about women empowerment and all, because sitting right next to you, we've got Myra Ali. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet her.
Well, I heard a little bit backstage.
But so where do you guys get that empowerment to then go on and empower other women?
Well, it's not so much empowering. It is really transforming. It's a little bit more than empowering, and again, that comes from the drive of knowing what is happening on the other side. So if you go on the ground and you actually see, that was my CEO's experience, Sandeep Bahia's, when she saw that in Syria. But in general, on the ground, whenever anybody goes, and even you guys are welcome to come, because it's we want women to come. We want women who are strong women from here to come over and not only help the women there, but see for yourself, so you can come back here and encourage other women to come on board, and make awareness of what kind of work we're doing. So when you're out there, you're driven by the pain you're seeing and what you're seeing. And for example, in Bangladesh, women are told, they'll get a better job if they come out the Rohingya camps, and we're going to get you jobs, and we're going to help you, your life will change. And they're trying to think, they're probably thinking, let me help myself, let me try and get out. When they're coming out, they realize that actually it's a worse ordeal. They're coming out of the camps and they're getting sold into sex trade. They get taken, some of them are into India, and then there's no hope. Once they're there, there's no hope of them coming back. There's women are getting told about, the men will marry them. So of course, again, women are thinking it's the most, the honourable and respectable way to get out of their situation. They get married to these men, and then they find out that actually it was all fake, and they're going to get sold into the sex trade. This is an ongoing thing. This is and it's not a new thing. And if you ask people that are from the, children from the war that are adults now, they will tell you there is so much happening in the camps that nobody ever talks about.
Yeah.
What is happening to the children?
I was going to say, because everything that you're telling me right now, I've barely seen it on mainstream media.
They don't show this anywhere. Yeah. They don't show this anywhere, but it's like a known thing. It's like a known fact, but nobody talks about it.
But no one talks about it.
Nobody talks about it. And the main targets of every war and natural disasters, it's always the women and children.
It's always the women, yeah. Oh, that's awful. But also,
that is what drives us. The answer to your question. That is what drives us to want to do something about it.
And for you, Myra, where do you get your strength and empowerment from then?
I would say it's a mixture of reflecting on my own life, you could say, and I get messages from women from all over the world, and if they've seen my story, they don't need to have a health condition to tell me that they're inspired by me. So I've had women who have had who have been victims of sexual abuse and they don't know what to do, but because they've seen my story, they've been compelled to tell me what's happened. And this happened last year, that I myself, I can't really help them other than give them a few, kind words, but I have contacts of therapists, counsellors who are accredited by the BACP, and if I can help them, I will say speak to this lady because she's a specialist counsellor and she will help you, and that has happened.
Wow.
And some of the messages I get, they are quite harrowing, but what I feel is they were meant to come across my page to for me to help them, and my story gave them the confidence to speak out, and something they might have been hiding for a long time.
Wow, that's incredible. But I think it's important, like at the end of the day, women go through so much, and like you said, they'll stay silent about it. And I think the only people that can truly help other women feel empowered or even just change their lives is just other women. Like no one else is gonna. And I feel so strongly about this, like even something as irrelevant and tiny, I mean obviously we live in a first world country, and something so small as complimenting another girl turns into such a big issue now. The other girl who's being complimented will feel as though like, oh my god, why, like what's your problem, why are you looking at my eyelashes, or why are you doing this, or but it's so important that we do. And we live in such, like, we're so blessed, we have so much, we take such small issues to heart when there are people like that in the world who are going through so much. And that's exactly why I wanted to have you guys on here, especially for the younger audience, to inspire them and just give them an insight into your minds of it, because let's face it, it's incredible the way you empower.
I'd also say, like, within our communities, because disability is not really talked about, and especially women with disabilities, if you're in a situation where you're with your friends, you may not always feel included, and unless you have that confidence yourself, you will go up to the person and say, hi, how are you? But I think it's really important for young people to always include people with disabilities in whatever they are doing.
Whatever they're doing, yeah. Do you think when you, especially in schools and stuff, you girls go to schools, but you guys are quite nice, sensible young girls, and I'm sure if someone there was a student in your classes who had a disability, you'll go out of their way to be nice to them. But Myra, do you think that's good or bad? Do you think they should go out of their way to be nice to them, because doesn't that make them feel then out of place again? Or should they just be like, treat that person the same as they would treat their best friend next to them?
I think it is all about treating them equally, but also trying to make sure that they do have respectful of their condition or whatever, but also trying to make sure when you're surrounded with your friends, is that person just sitting alone, and just asking that person how are you, and don't ever be afraid of asking that person in a really polite way that what is their condition about, because most people with disabilities are very used to talking about it, and but if the other person doesn't make the first step in asking, there's no room for conversation.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, I imagine that would be quite hard for younger people to approach someone, and I think it's a very brave thing to do, and we have to try and reinforce them. We have to kind of remind children, our youth, to do this and kind of support them, because we're living in a time where everybody's kind of disconnected. So and they're disconnected because our phones have taken over. So every now and then we are even the nicest of person can be disconnected and not in the moment with other people in the room, because it is the phone. So we have to, I think, remind our youth and our children to let the phone control you, because I think that is a lot of the things that are happening in general. Aside, I definitely agree with what you're saying with disability in our communities and women, even with children, they don't discuss this that much, and they try to pretend it's not happening. But it's but mainly I do think that in generally they're not in the moment always. You know, even ourselves, you know, I feel like sometimes I'm with my kids and I'm zoned out because I'm thinking about, you know, I've got to do this, and my phone is ding 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 going off because I've got things I need to do, and it's kind of like takes over your life. You have to snap out of it and really pull yourself out. And but yeah, you have to be in the moment, and then of course when you're in the moment, you have to try to engage everybody. That's quite important.
Yeah, 100%. It's such a different. You know, while you were talking, I was just thinking it's such a different time, because I remember when my dad got his. I remember my dad's mobile phone, and it was you know, cordless phones nowadays. It literally looked like that, and I'm sure you two would understand. You two might not, but technology is like going from here to there so quickly, and it's such a completely different world now.
It's totally different.
I
mean, after a time when there was no mobiles, and then we had pages, and then there were mobiles, so.
And the mobile looked like a brick.
It was literally a big. I saw my dad's mobile. Like, it was a big black brick, and then it went a bit smaller. And then came the flip phones,
the
and
flip
then
ones,
they got color in them and everything. And then you guys over here, like, I don't have the latest iPhone.
So these are the instant babies. They want everything fast and
exactly. No, what do you guys think about that? Because I don't think you've experienced. To be honest. And I think you guys can agree. I feel like life was a bit simpler.
It definitely was.
It was. I mean, it has its ups as well. Because
you know, people were bored. And it's good to be bored sometimes.
It's good, yeah.
It's good to have a bit of time not to do and be on phone and do things. I just feel like there's no time to breathe now. There's so much happening, and life is very stressful. And no wonder mental health is on the rise. And people are so disconnected. And everything's become like me, my own car, my own place, my own house, my own routine, my own. And people become so excluded. Whereas in those times before, people are living like, okay, I'm not saying that it should be a dozen people in one house, but there was more of a feel of community and
feeling,
people, so even if you're having a not a great day, I'm not saying that our people are the best people sometimes in the family to approach you, but there was always somebody still there to bother you, and it kind of snaps you out of your own thought process.
I think that's why anxiety is such a big issue, because, and I learned this from my dad actually, he always used to sit down, take time out and just reflect, and I'd see him and we'd go into his office and he would just be sitting there quietly, no books, no work, no phone, nothing at all. He'd just be sitting there quietly, and it took me a while to figure out what he was doing. He was reflecting, and it's like Sister Shazia said, when you get that time to just sit down, it's good to be bored sometimes, because it makes you reflect, on yourself, and then you come to learn about. I don't know if you guys have been listening to or following Shaykhul Islam's lectures, but I think it was the third one, or not, just very recently, and they were talking about nafs and having control over your nafs, and they described it. Okay, please do not quote me on this, my knowledge is so limited in terms of Islamic knowledge. You can say I'm dumb, but I will try my best. They were saying your nafs is like a seed in the ground. Don't wait for it to grow into a plant, and that's when it becomes visible. Don't let it get to that point before you start doing something about it. And the only way you're going to learn about your nafs and stuff and things to improve on within yourself is if you take that time out to reflect.
And it's also giving yourself room for creativity. You know, you start thinking of other things that you can do and you can make, and you've got that time and space. I mean, ultimately, I really believe that everybody should take out 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day to do nothing. And they should sit on the grass. They should sit on the grass or something natural, like earth or grass or something. I don't know, sit under a tree and do nothing.
What do you guys
connect?
Yeah, exactly.
With nature and God.
You two are very quiet. What are you thinking?
So what do you do? Do you have spare time?
I think
what do you do in your spare time?
No, Islamically I do zikr. But
mashallah.
Other than Islamically, is there spare time for you to do anything else?
This show I've just been listening to you guys, and it's been a lot about reflecting. I think this time was for me for reflecting right now, to be honest. And I've just been listening, and I'm thinking, and with technology as well, I'm just thinking life is really hectic. We do have a lot to do and stuff, and thinking about it we don't get much free time. Like even now, we have exams and just thinking about stuff we have to do. Like
we had
exam
exams too. We had exams too back in the day.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. But I think it's also different because Nisa, you're one of the older siblings in your family, whereas you're younger.
Yeah.
So you constantly get told by your older siblings like, "Fam, we had it. You have it like a lot simpler and stuff like that. Things like that."
But there's always more pressure on the eldest.
There is.
Although the younger sibling has to hear everybody else, the oldest gets a lot more pressure.
No, the oldest. I don't know if are you guys you're not the oldest.
I'm the second oldest.
You're the second.
I'm in the middle, so I'm a nobody.
Oh.
I don't exist.
Okay.
In my house,
I'm the only
nobody.
one then.
Yeah.
No, I'm the oldest, and actually I've my younger siblings get a lot more freedom than me.
Yeah.
And it's just like, for instance, even back in the day in school, they got to go to Fair Play House and Baj Hebe.
Yeah.
When it came to my turn, it was like, oh my god, no, what if something happened? I just read this on the news and this, it was unfortunate about a child.
Because even parents, they lighten up and they get a little bit wise as well.
They do.
Because they're learning as well, and
Exactly.
then they get better at the experimenting with the full class.
And you're calm. Yeah, exactly. That's so true. That's so true. But yeah, go on, Vanessa. What's your input on that? Do you ever find time to like?
No, I was actually thinking that we're always like busy. Like before I came, I was like, oh my god, I have so much to do when I go home.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She was saying that. Before she came on, she was like, listen, Sister Arusa, after the show ends, I'm going to dash home because I got so much to do. And I didn't comment because I was like, she's like almost a decade younger than me.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you have to do, Anita?
Yeah, so you're going to zoom off and get back busy again into the busy world. Yeah. And that's going back to what I was saying, and it's good that you do zikr. And I personally do a lot of zikr on my own, and even when I don't, I do like to sit, which is part of zikr, is to be connected to nature. I like to be in my garden. I like to do something where my hands are in the soil. I feel like I need nature.
Really? Oh,
yeah, because all that radiation and everything that's around us and all the chemicals we eat, and we can't always buy the most organic stuff. So, I like to do this sort of stuff, and I feel like that's me connecting with Earth again. I need to do that.
Reading books is me.
Really,
so I just sit there and read a book. So, yeah.
Okay, sorry, I just got a bit off track. I was gonna actually ask you. I don't know if it was last year or a couple of years ago, the Syrian convoy that you guys did. Tell us a bit about that.
So there's a group of women that's called Conscious Convoy.
Conscious Convoy, that's it.
So it's basically an organisation that gets women from all different sorts, all women charities and organisations from all over the world, and they get them together, and they'll go to a certain place, and this time it was for Syria, and they get together and then they do a demonstration, they do protesting, and that's to highlight. At that point, they were highlighting the Syrian women prisoners. Wow. So they want the world, they're trying to bring attention and awareness, and so they all come from all over the world. And last year I think it was even people from Winnie Mandela's family, and they were all there as well. So it's to highlight what's happening, because the reality is there are still Syrian women prisoners that are held, and they're not even real prisoners. They're just being kept there. We know for various reasons. Why are they being kept there? Why are they there? Why is nobody making any noise about it? Why is no one speaking about it? What's going on? What's happening to them?
Oh wow! So I thought it was a one-time thing. So it's not a one-time thing.
No. So they do one every year, and they do it for different places too. But it's to raise awareness of what's happening to women. But that one was for Syria.
Wow! And it's not people. You don't have to have. It's anyone. Any women that can be.
It could be anyone. If you girls here today wanted to come on board and say, we want to be part, we want to be involved, we'll be like, well, which project would you like to be involved with? Come aboard with us, and you will be on the ground, and you will meet the women on the ground that are actually suffering. And the only thing is with this is you've got to be prepared, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, because when the women see our women from here, like going over there, they are the biggest thing we found, other than helping them, like in terms of aid and trying to rebuild their lives, is that they just want someone to talk to. That they wanted to just sit and cry to someone and say, this is what happened to me. They did this to me, and I don't have this, and I'm on my own now. And so that is something you have to be prepared for, because they need that. So, for example, in Bangladesh, we have anti-trafficking centres built, and we're now trying to provide counselling for the women so that they can talk about what they went through, and it's a way of therapy. you know, and that is what a lot of the women need, is to talk to, you know, women to women. So that's...
So, do you have translators with them?
Yes, we have translators with us. I mean, for Bangladesh it's not that hard, but we do have translators for Malawi and Somalia. We have translators with us. We have men security, so we have if we need you know, to protect for ourselves, we need to have men security as well, and obviously the local men. But when it comes to dealing with the women directly, it's all women. It's all women at the front line. It's a women-to-women charity, and that is 100% clear cut, so that there's no risk of anybody taking advantage of them. And that is the whole point of this charity being born. You know, that was the whole point of it.
Wow. And it's not, so I was saying before, like, obviously because you guys travel to
Malawi,
not just Malawi, the places that you travel to, would you say they're like dangerous?
Absolutely. I mean, Yemen is not a country you can just fly to. Syria, you know, and you know, so we've gone to Turkey, and then we go to the border, and so it's not an easy thing to do as women, even you know, even from here, and we're not going through what those women have. But for us to just go out there and say, oh yeah, I want to help them, it's not an easy thing. We've got to make sure there's things in place to make sure we got protection and everything also. So it's not an easy thing, but you got to be someone who is passionate and someone who really wants to do this, you know, who really wants to make a difference, because changing one woman's life is a huge thing.
It's a huge thing.
And you know, also what we found, and it's not just something we think, but that you will all, I'm sure you're going to agree with. We've seen this, that when you take care of one woman, she will take care of her kids.
Wow.
When she takes care of her kids, she will also take care of her friends, her family, maybe her neighbors, and in Malawi, even her village. So that's what we've seen. When you take care of one woman, that is a ripple effect of how many people she will help.
Wow, that's incredible. But not to scare anyone else off, because I was saying, like we said before, anyone can jump on board and to help out. Absolutely. And although you are traveling to fairly dangerous places, like you said, you have security in place and you don't ever go...
Yeah, so for example, with Somalia, there's some zones that they tell you already that are very like hotspots and stuff that we shouldn't go into. Although our CEO did actually cross those zones, and you know, in unmarked cars, and she just went in. But that's not what we're encouraging. But there is, you know, so we do get like find out about in terms of locally what is safe for us, what is not safe for us. So we do that every day. You know, out there, you know, on the ground in the operation, that you know what we can do and what we can't do. So, and
you guys, when you obviously do fly out to these places, you cover your own expenses.
We cover our own costs. That money doesn't come from the charity. That money has to be from yourself. So if you got your own money and you're willing to come along, then you're 100% can come along. And in fact, we encourage everybody not to just cover their own costs, but to take something enough with them so they can give their own whatever they've raised. Yeah, so say you raise 2,000, 5,000. Whatever you raise, you actually deliver yourself.
Wow, that's incredible.
So that's what you do. I mean, we organize all the hotel and everything, and it's nothing. It's very cheap because it's not like big hotels. It's local and it's cheap, but that is all done from your own money. So it's not expensive to go.
Mashallah, wow. And obviously, for those of you guys who aren't aware, you can always check out their Instagram pages. Do you want to just... So it's
so you can go to our website, which is www.forgottenwomen.org, and you know, you can see us on Instagram as well. We've got a Facebook page as well, so you will see some of the work and the videos that we've got. We've got some amazing projects. So although we've been in Malawi, we're doing like projects in terms of helping women to get a skill and get into work. We're also doing a water well project, which is again something we noticed that a lot of the girls are missing school and having to go out the village to get water, and then they get kidnapped, molested or raped. So now we've started a water well project in the village so that they don't have to go out the village. So that's one of the projects we do in Malawi, and then also we're doing the rebuilding their lives and restoring the dignity so they don't have to go into prostitution, because a lot of these women are HIV positive, and you know, these women are outcasted by their own family and the village, so they've got their own a whole village of outcasts. So these are the people that we've been working with, and we've been trying to help them get back into work. So we've helped women, someone into sewing, someone wanted their own bike to do like a Uber delivery service. So everybody's got their own individual dreams that they want. So we've been trying to tailor that, and then we give them like a 5-year program that we keep an eye on how they manage their business. Similarly, we've done that in Somalia, but everyone's is a bit different in terms of their culture. In Somalia, a lot of the Muslim women that want that business outside their house, so they want the kiosk business. So we've got these like little shops, like the kiosks, like so they sell and everything. So where they were earning something like I don't know, it was 50p a day, they now get something like £5 a day. Wow. So that's a significant amount from what they were getting. So they are able to have dreams and do things, and they have a 5-year program. Again, same thing with Malawi, and that's followed through to make sure that they're they're on top of their own finances and managing their own stuff, so they get that support as well. In Somalia, it's been 100% success. The women there are really tough, and they've taken it on. You give them a little bit of support, and a lot of those women are widows that were in dire poverty. Also, we've been helping in Somalia women, the fisher women. So women that do fishing, we've been helping them give them the tools, and we've been giving them little fridges as well, so that whenever they get their catch, and then they can restore it in cold place, so they can take it a little bit further to sell. So then that's another way of them making a living as well. So it's individual tailored kind of,
And you guys go literally all over the world.
Well, at the moment it's Malawi, Somalia, Bangladesh, and then we do emergency aid for Syria and Yemen. But we've got plans, inshallah, to go on to India, Pakistan, and somewhere else.
Wow!
I can't remember but it was another.
So many places you forgot.
Yeah, so that's where we're planning to go, inshallah. And, at the end of the day, we can only make this happen if women here can do it. And we've got strong women here. We've got amazing, strong, intelligent women who can come on board, who can make this happen, because this is all about women. And if we are already, there are so many things that are breaking you down, in your daily life, and the daily grind of things, the responsibilities and chores, and then sometimes some things in the culture, and women that are trying to break women down. Why are we going to do that? Rather, let's help each other. And when you in Arabic, the name for mother is and the word ummah is derived from So the mother, the ummah is derived from a mother, which is And I say this all the time, but women are half the population of the world, and then they give birth to the other half. So imagine if women know their strength and can help women, what we could do in the world.
Wow, mashallah, oh my God.
Yeah, a bit tongue twisted.
No, honestly, do you know what? It's because a lot of this stuff you don't hear about, and also because we don't see it in mainstream media, I feel like we get a bit desensitized to it. But you guys are there every single day on the ground, and you see this with your own eyes, and you've had first-hand experience and everything. So it's incredible. I think we're gonna end on that note. I'm so sorry, we're gonna have to cut Cafe Nisa short today because it's the last day for the Bright Stars Nut competition, right? So hopefully you guys have that to look forward to right after this. Thank you, Shazia, so much for coming down and sharing with us your work with regards to Forgotten Women. And Myra Ali, honestly, thank you so much for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
Incredible to meet you. For those
Likewise.
of you guys, definitely check her out. It's Myra MYRA, Myra Ali Edit on Instagram, and you will be blown away, honestly. The strength of this woman is just so incredible, mashallah. Thank you so much for coming on. Guys, stay tuned, and inshallah you might see these ladies again very soon. You'll definitely see,
or maybe someone will come and join us and volunteer with us. Hopefully,
you never know, you might have. Inshallah. But that's Allah Hafiz from us. If I've said anything wrong, please, I do apologize. Oma alayna illa al-balagul mubin. Allah Hafiz.
Special offer of Iftar meal for just £10. Try our signature parmesan or our exclusive chicken supreme. Our cuisine is based on a blend of